access control. All right, so how do we divvy up this environment? Well, we both have things that we need to do. I'm the network admin, and I've got some tasks that I need to be responsible for, so I'm getting paid to create virtual networks for VMs, provision network services for applications, deploy them, monitor network traffic to maybe do some capacity planning, and of course, network troubleshooting. And Scott?
Yeah, and likewise, as most of you out there who are also vSphere admins, just like I am, I have a set of things that the company expects me to do. I need to be able to set up system traffic. This is infrastructure generated traffic that the hosts are going to generate between themselves, vMotion, FT, management, IP storage, whatever, all that kind of stuff that's coming from the hypervisor. Connecting VMs to virtual networks, basically plugging in the logical wires so they have network connectivity via the networks that Brad has set up, monitor their health, and of course do the traditional host troubleshooting, what's going on, why is it happening, that kind of stuff.
So this isn't a situation, Scott, where you're doing everything and I'm basically out of a job, right? I've got my responsibilities, you've got yours, and we're going to continue our existing kind of organizational responsibilities in this environment.
That's right, yep. Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to jump into Nsx-Rbac here. So we're going to get the environment set up. We're going to log in as the vSphere administrator here that has rights to role-based access control. So we're setting up the environment here. And we're going to set those responsibilities. So I'm going to go into the administration tab here. We're going to look at our configuration. We've connected to an Active Directory domain, bradheadland.com. There we are. Okay, so we're going to use Active Directory groups to kind of divvy out the RBAC. And there's that network administrator default role within vSphere. It doesn't really provide what we need, so I'm going to modify that. Okay, so what are we going to do? I'm going to go check the distributed switch responsibility, so I can do everything I need to do on those distributed switches. And I'm going to go and modify that networking role to do all the things I need in terms of networking related tasks. And then I'm going to go down to the DV port group. I'm going to check that box there, make sure I can do everything I need to do in terms of setting up port groups and things like that. Okay, so I modified that default network administrator role. So now what we need to do is I'm going to go into vCenter, and vSphere. vSphere is a vCenter server. I'm going to assign that role to myself. And we're going to draw upon the network admins group within my Active Directory, okay? So there we are. I'm going to go to my Active Directory, Brad Headland, and I'm going to look for the group network admins. So this is part of I was added to this group when I was hired because I'm a network admin. So myself and other folks in my team are in this group, and we will go ahead and give myself that network administrator role that I just modified and created, and we're going to assign that to the vSphere. Okay, so basic point here is that default network administrator role within vCenter vSphere is not sufficient. So we modified it, assigned it the privileges. Now Scott, let's see, Scott, what we're going to do for you here is we're going to find that server admins group, and we are going to make sure that you're assigned your administrator privileges within vCenter, which is basically, the administrator capabilities.
Yep.
Yep, so everybody on your team as well.
Yep, absolutely. That. And of course, we're working together to do this. I'm the server guy, so we're logged in here, and we're going to make all the changes necessary so that permissions are available. And you can see that using this role-based access control method, I'm able to grant the appropriate level of access to Brad and Brad's team so they can get in and do all the networking related features that they need to be able to do.